Hey. Oh boy. Share the group. What group? If you jump on, guys, show hasn't started just yet. Give it about 2 minutes, and I will be starting in just a moment. All right. Let's see. Need to have this where? All right. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? How you guys doing? Dang. I actually wish I had my phone. So I'm gonna have to look up at this darn TV screen. It sucks. It really sucks. Hello, guys. If I don't see, if I'm trying to, you know what? Heck, I want it to look this way. Let me change my settings around here. Miss Scott, I called you, but I just recently got back maybe like an hour ago. But yeah, so I can see what's going on at the same time I'm talking. But hey, guys, it's been a while. This is and thank you for tuning into the Sofa Talk. Now, for the guys that are watching that have multiple sclerosis, let me explain to you that this is not multiple sclerosis based. This is all about relationships and love. So, I just wanted to inform, not saying that you have to leave. I just wanted to inform you of so you won't think that it will be based off of that. But even those warriors that have multiple sclerosis are in love or want love, so maybe there's something that you can get from out of this. And this is one reason why I put this on my personal page, and the reason why I separated I Can Be the Mess from my personal page, because I wanted to start this back. So with that being said, yes, I called the number that I text you. That you text me. Yes, I did. But I do thank you guys for tuning in. But like I stated, this is called the Sofa Real Talk. I am the host, but there is a behind the scene partner that doesn't like to be in the front. So it's not just me that's doing this. It's another person as well. And we've teamed up because we both enjoy talking about relationships. I love the word love. I just got it from out of a marriage. I realized being in that marriage, I love the ideal of marriage as well. So that's why I wanted to kind of kick this episode of me coming back with Vows. So if you didn't see the description, hopefully I'm not paused on y'all's screen. I'm paused on mine. Let's see. Maybe not. What the world? Can y'all see me? Am I paused? I hope not. But anyway, so can anybody tell me, before I get in knee deep into all of this, so did I freeze? Did I freeze? Am I froze? Anybody that can see me, say yes, I can see you. I hear you talking. I see you waving your hands. Can you hear me talking? I got no's. I got a whole bunch of no. Oh, nope, not frozen. Okay. Y'all confuse me with the. Okay, thank you. God, hey, I can be a little slow. Jeez. But hello guys, thank you for tuning in to the Soul for Real Talk, and today we're talking about vows. Vows. Can anybody tell me if you are married? If you are married, did you go in front of the preacher and say the normal vows, or did you read your own? How many people? Give me thumbs up if you said the vows that came from out of the Bible. Thumbs up. I can do a thumbs up. Did it come up? Am I the only one? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I know I wasn't the only one. Really? Okay. All right. So, I'm going to read that. Right? It states, I blank take the blank to be my wedded husband / wife, whomever it may be, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish, to death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance, and thereto I pledge thee my faith, or pledge myself to you, right? So, I got somebody that wants to come on. Oh, tag me. So, 1 second. Alright, so, I was thinking, right? This line that says, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness, in health, to love and to cherish, to death do us part. So seriously, how many people, and I'm talking to the ones that are married especially, and for those that are thinking about getting married, how much did you look into that line, or how far in that line are you? Are you seriously like into that line? Have you really just sat down and thought about it? Are you doing that right now? Let's see. I'm a little bit far behind on these comments. Yep. Sickness and health. Yep. Forever, ever is the inside joke between between your husband and you. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, my night is great, Amy. I'm actually feeling. You're separated, Susie. Yep. I just finalized my divorce last Wednesday. Okay, without a doubt, yes. All right, so I think that's like one of the hardest things that we can swallow. Looking in this day and time, if you think about society and how money, power, sex has become like high on the totem pole. And a lot of us, before getting married, we're looking at the outer appearance versus a person's character. You know, hey, and I'm not trying to say any of you guys are ugly, but someone out there thinks, hey, a lot of people think I'm ugly. Someone thinks we're ugly, and then some other people think we look nice, attractive, sexy even. So you've been separated since 2012. I got you beat by 1 year. 2011, but I still stayed with that person physically. I just left about a year ago. So it was a 15 papered marriage. So it was hard. But we become no, marriage isn't easy, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I personally feel, it's just my opinion, that when the ring is put on, when we sit and we say we do, we're not thinking about that. We're not thinking about, is it going to be hard? Is this person the person that I can go in hard with, that I can fight with, that will fight with me, that I can fight beside, that I know if I get down in the dirt that they got me and I got them as well? Was that something you thought about when you got married? And it seems like I saw someone say I did. Yeah, I got a did. So that's awesome, right? A lot of us don't. I did. I don't know about my ex. I don't really know if she thought about that, but I did. I actually am, I'm not rushing into it, but I can't wait to be remarried because I love the ideal of it. I feel the storm makes the marriage, because if you can sit and you can weather a storm with your partner, that bond becomes so strong that it prepares you for the next storm, because there's never ever been said that marriage is easy and that you're not going to get any obstacles, that your partner is not going to mess up, heck, that your partner is not going to cheat. That, and I'm not saying that everybody's partner's out there cheating or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But they might do something that pisses you off. They might cross a line that has never been crossed, that they didn't know if they crossed it will upset you, that will hurt you, that will put you in a corner to the point that you're thinking about, I can't be with you anymore because you crossed that line. So if that was a line that person didn't know about, isn't that room to sit down and talk about it? Work it out. Figure out, okay, I didn't know. Listen to the person. I didn't know about that. I didn't know that was so important to you. That's something that we never talked about. Something we never talked about. So I didn't know that was a line to cross, even though I know I messed up. Now, men, any men that are watching, yeah, it has to be unconditional. But any men that are watching, a lot of men don't like talking. I find myself, I talk a lot. To me, conversation is sexy. That's like the most sexiest thing in the world, to be able to conversate with a woman. I'm I could be wrong. I'm a make love to you mentally type person first, because I feel the physical will come sooner or later. But if I can sit and make you smile, make you happy just by talking to you, by engaging with you, that's like, I think that's a lot. What is my sign? My sign is a Capricorn. So, with that being said, I want to ask you guys a question. Give me 1 second. Let me bring this up. And I'm going to see how many people can answer this question. question. See if you who gonna answer, who's gonna be brave enough. And see, no cheating, and you need to communicate. Yes, you need to couldn't get that word out. Yes, you do need to communicate. For some reason, men just, you know what? I actually kind of, men, it's not weak to be able to talk to your woman. It's not weak at all. So get that crap out of your mind when you sit up here thinking that, oh, I can't be vulnerable to my woman, because if I be vulnerable to my woman, if I show feelings, then I ain't no man. I can't do it. I ain't no man. If I can't tell my boys that, man, me and my girl, we had a sensitive conversation. If I tell my boys that, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. They gonna be like, dang, boy, you weak. Y'all like my deep voice, but no, I'm saying it happens, you know. It happens. Society has men thinking, if I touch my sensitive side, if I allow my woman to see me cry, that makes me weak. That is not weak whatsoever. And for you guys that are coming in, I totally appreciate it. Hello, and we are talking today, we're having a deep conversation about vows. And I'm about to ask a question, actually two. The first one is, does it scare you that your spouse or partner character could still change significantly? A lot of people go into marriage, and I'm going to re-say that question. A lot of people go into marriage, again, in love with this, in love with all of this, and then soon as it changes, it's almost like, oh my God, they've gotten too big, they've gotten too small, I can't be with that person anymore. That right there tells you, it goes to this question, does it scare you that your spouse, if you're not married, partner, character could still change significantly? So that means if you can, it's expected. Yes, it is expected, but people, especially now in this day and time, they're so in love with money, they're so in love with the sex, that if the job is lost and no money is coming in, the sex begins to become horrible. The person becomes sick. The weight of the person changes. The outer appearance changes. Then people leave because they did not fall in love with the characteristic of the person. They did not fall in love with who that person was. Instead, they fell in love with what that person had and what that person brought. There can be a time when one of you, regardless if you're married or not, if you're shacking up, however you want to call it, one of you guys just might hit a brick wall. So, what does that mean? A lot of people spend, what, $60,000 on a wedding? A grand big wedding? And then after marriage, day one did not figure out the characteristics of that person. And this happens with a lot of men. Men become that one man that's jealous hearted. Tell you to cut off all your friends. It can go both ways though. The woman can be the same way. Extremely jealous. $60,000 for a wedding, then you'll be married for 4 days. Because now you realize that the inside of that hunk, or inside of that dime piece, as men call women, she's an ugly person. Oh, he's not a handsome man. You get what I'm saying? So, I know a lot of you have done that before, have seen someone and it's like, oh my God, man, they are so cute. They're fine, they're handsome, they're beautiful. I gotta have him. Gotta have him. And you fall in love with what you see, not with what you hear, because they're throwing out signs. They're speaking to you that they're not right for you, but you sit up here and you like, no, I'm not hearing that, because what I see is, oh my God. Oh, and then your friends telling you, but do you not see them? Your parents are telling you, but do you not see them? Your kids might be telling you, but still, do you not see them? Do you not understand what they got? So, you need to ask your question. You need to ask that question to yourself. Especially if you're not married yet. Do I see this person get down for me? If I'm at my lowest, do I see this person getting down for me? Do I see this person having my back, or they're going to tuck and run? Let me look at some of these comments here, because you guys are going at it. Let me go up some. Alright. Thank you for telling me that I'm right. I'm not right all the time. Sometimes you think, Ms. Phillips, sometimes you think they have changed, but we're blinded by love. Yes, you get blinded by love. And you know, that's something I told my son. The one thing that the best thing that a man can do, especially after meeting a woman, ask a whole heap of questions. And then try to figure out if that person is being honest to you. Because ladies, to be upfront, me, and again, this is just my experience, I've always come across women that seem to not be very honest with me. That and then, you know, they show flaws, and there's nothing wrong with flaws. Man, you can have a messed up past, because that's in your past. I can't judge you for your past. All I can do is look at what you are now, who you've become, because your past might have been bad. And that's something else that people don't understand. Your past could have been just awful. But the person that's standing in front of you, who are you? What have you become? Have you become strong? Have you faced your past? Matter of fact, if you're strong enough, and I like you enough, heck, I'll sit up there and battle it with you. So, you know, people don't think like that. But that's actually what a relationship is. You fight for each other. You fight with each other. You're going to stumble. You're going to piss the other person off sometimes. But if you also sitting up here and nitpicking and causing fights because possibly your selfish characteristics, that's not great at all. And again, guys, I thank you for tuning in. For you guys that have just tuned in, we're talking about vows. Vows in the marriage, that sickness and health, death do us part. Me and the silent partner has talked about what forever means. I love you forever. I will forever be with you. Well, who's forever? My forever or your forever? And I was trying to figure that out. I was thinking, and that's something to think about. Because I might go before you. You might go before your husband. Your husband might go before you. So it's one of you guys forever. And if it was just God's will, and it takes both of you guys at the same time, then that will be like kind of in an awesome way, in a sense. You get what I'm saying? But just looking at comments here. Life is about change. Melissa, you are totally correct. Life is about change. People change. And that's the thing. People don't like changes. So if I just started dating you and you was this type of person, that means 5 years down the line, if you sit up here and you change on me, I don't know. What? You don't like cornflakes anymore? Do you not know that last week I just bought 5 boxes? Oh, you finna eat some cornflakes. You get what I'm saying? You can't be like that. man or woman. You can't sit up here, and that's when the talk comes in. That's when the communication comes in. Yeah, I used to like it yesterday, but just I don't like it. And if you are an actual great partner, maybe find out why. If it's hard for you to let go and not understand, possibly sit down and ask why. I got Robin that wants to come on. Let's see if we can bring Robin up. Is it here lately? Is it going to bring you up, Robin? What happened? I got my rock eye. Facebook, are you trying to make me smell what Facebook is cooking? Because you've been messing me up here lately. Robin, not sure what happened. You hate fake people? I hate fake people too. Robin, were you trying to come up? But yeah, so you really change, change in a relationship, in a loving relationship, in a person that you sit and you quote unquote say forever, they're going to change. Something about them is going to change. They're not going to be the same person. And that's what growing with your partner does. That's what a true marriage is. Me being married for 15 years, I've learned that. And that's why I can't wait to find that person, to be with that person that actually sees me for me. Um, because, hey, I do have multiple sclerosis. I am a little short on change. Um, so I don't fit the bill on what most women are looking for. Phone won't let you come on. That's not right. Let's see. Yep, it took the Facebook is doing that. I'm not sure why, but yeah. So I'm. I guess I kind of got hit hard, and I felt a little sour about my marriage. Um, with the sickness and health type situation, and there's a lot of people out there in that type of situation. And I really just think Facebook is just kind of acting up altogether, guys. Cause I'm having to on the computer, I'm having to recycle just to see you guys' comments. Let's see. Oh yeah. I feel he is preparing me. I think that marriage actually was not only a test, but it was very informational. It's very informational for me. It's something that I needed. I would not take it. I I would go back through it again because I wouldn't be the person that I am today. It gave me insight on a lot that I need to make me happy, and I feel to make a woman happy as well. And that's something, guys, that's something that a lot of guys don't understand. Guys, if you're watching this, trying to pay attention, pay close attention to that person that you so-called love, because they will explain without even talking what's wrong with them. If you sit and you pay more attention than men normally do, your woman will sit and tell you everything by the way they walk. They might have a limp that signifies that something's going on. They might wink a certain way to let you know that they pissed off at you. And if you ain't paying attention to it and they just doing like this, and you like, what's wrong with you? Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse. You like throwing fuel on the fire. You get what I'm saying? So let's see. Where's my thing? All right. So like everybody has been stating, something else I wrote down. The truth is, no marriage is easy. There is no guarantee that the person you marry will continue to grow, especially people that are that believe. So it's that continue to grow in faith he or she might backslide. They may get sick or break psychologically or spiritually. But you got to realize that you guys are in it together. You know, you have a lot of households where there's one person that believes in God and there's one person that don't. But do you not know, regardless, there's one person in the house that believes that that house is covered. That house is covered. It's not covered once the other person has just basically falling out. So if you are that one person, don't give up. You get what I'm saying? I'm a true believer. And not putting my beliefs on anybody, but I'm just stating for those that believe. And you have to really realize that at any given time, your partner can break. You get what I'm saying? So if you're sitting up here complaining about your partner being sick, or you can't handle them because they change, because they're being sick, or I know you come across a point to where, and see, I guess it gets kind of iffy. Say like, you know, your partner loses their job and they haven't worked in what, like 6, 7 years. Now if they're sitting on their butt and they're not doing anything, then that's something totally different. They're running up the bills and whatnot, and you sit up there busting your butt. Then that's when you have to make a judgment call. Something has to happen. You got to go to counseling or something, or just to be upfront and blunt, possibly you might have to leave. You get what I'm saying? Not telling anybody to leave their husband or wives or partners, but if you're complaining constantly about it and your complaint hasn't changed anything, it's possibly not going to change anything tomorrow. If you're asking to go to counseling and a person is just like, no, we're not going. I don't want to go to no counseling. What I look like going to counseling? You know, is it going to change? It's never going to change. Not right now, anyway. And guess what? It might just be you might need to step away from that. Not just like get a divorce, but just step away from it, separate, and then come back. Because sometimes you don't know what you got until you lose that person. Sometimes people need a wake-up call. And a lot of people feel as though you haven't left yet, you're never going to leave. You do know people think like that. If you haven't left yet, you ain't gonna never leave. You love me too much. Yeah, I love you, but I don't like this situation. I love you, but I don't like this situation. So, and I've been in a lot of I love you, but I don't like this situation, and I stayed and I stayed and I stayed. And so I've learned a lot from staying, but I know now that I don't have to. I know now that I don't have to stay. And so if you're in a situation like that, don't be kind of crazy like me thinking that karma. I've been in a lot of relationships where I said maybe karma was coming back to bite my butt from something way in the past. And so I'm just going to stick it on in there and punish myself. This is my punishment. This is what that is. And no, it yeah, it was me punishing myself. It wasn't karma at all. And again, guys, I totally appreciate you watching. And we're talking about vows. So now my other question is, I asked you guys about if did you read the ones from the Bible or did you make your own? So is there anyone that's married now that wrote their own or no? Because that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're saying, man, forget that sickness through health type stuff. Mm, ain't down with that. I'm sitting up here. That actually started back in the 1960s to 70s. Um, I found out research that the kids basically going against their parents, so they wrote their own vow. What did you say, Mark? Let's see. Let me go back up. Mark says, "Don't you get so tired of waiting for new love? My wife divorced me in March. Happy birthday to me. Oh wow, and it stinks to be. Yeah, it does. It stinks to be alone. Um, the thing that I learned about that, Mark, is, and that was actually something I was going to come up to about the sickness and health. Some people can't handle it. Some people just can't. They can't take that. They can't take the fact that you're not that person anymore, and that's what I was stating. A lot of people can't take change, and what we as society, as humans, period, basically around the world have to realize in marriage, things can happen, anything. Heck, your partner legs can get cut off. So are you going to leave them because of that? And people do because they can't handle it. And it might not even be the fact that they can't take care of you. It's not that they can't take care of you. What happens is they just can't stand seeing the person that they love in so much pain. It's hard. And to a degree, this might sound crazy, but to a degree, you can't fault that person. And a lot of folks think I'm crazy, and heck, probably even my ex thought I was crazy, thought that I didn't forgive anything that I felt that she might have done to me, and I did. And that's one of the main reasons why I stayed as long as I did, because I thought maybe that it was something that I can help, that it was something that I can change. But what it really boiled down to, it was some stuff that she had to do for herself. I couldn't do it. It was way out of my hand. I couldn't do it. And there was things about me that I realized that was out of her hand, that we had gotten so far down the line that we couldn't help each other. And so it was just better for us to separate. And sometimes you have to bite that bullet, because if you don't start off as that couple that fights together, it's going to be very hard down the line. If you're that couple that only one side communicates and the other don't, it's going to be a hard battle. Libra man, what you mean, Miss Martha? Yeah, you have to know your value. You yourself have to know your value. The person that you're with needs to understand your value, but if you don't know it yourself, if you don't know your worth, how somebody else is going to recognize it? Because if you really understand your worth, you can tell if that person is not paying attention to it. You can tell if that person is not like respecting your value, and that you possibly need to just jump ship. A lot of us don't know our worth, and we go in and we get so trapped with that person, and that person and like defines who we are. They see the outside of you. No, they if the thing about it is, speak on it. Explain that you're torn. And if a person can't sit and try to figure out, if you come to your partner and tell your partner that you, and this is for everybody, If your partner, regardless if you're married or not, if your partner comes and tell you that you're torn and you don't want to take the time to figure out why are you torn, because it could be something that you're doing, or it could be something that they think that you're doing that you have to explain. That's not what I'm trying to do, baby. That's not what I'm trying to do. So just try to understand me here. This is what I'm doing. This is what I felt like I was doing, and I did not know that that was bothering you. And I'm so glad that you came to me. But if you have, and that person still is like, oh, whatever, get out my face, dude. What I just say earlier? Signs, 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 signs. Run. They're telling you that whatever. I don't care about you torn. I don't care about your feelings. As of right now, I know how I feel, and this is how I feel, and this is how I want to respect that. And if you can't understand it, then you need to get on. Okay, get on. But a lot of us don't like to be alone. A lot of us, we've been in a relationship for so long, we don't want to let it go. A lot of us have kids involved, and we feel that if we divorce is going to mess up the kids. Yeah, red flags. But and this is a red flag. You staying can mess up the kids because you're arguing, you're fussing. Heck, one of you guys might be abusive. And did you not know that kids nowadays want to learn by seeing instead of listening? So if you had a son that sees his dad constantly beating on his mom, it's a likely chance that that son is going to be, regardless of how nice he is, but if a woman crosses him wrong that he's dating, he's going to feel that I need to be like my dad to put her in place. Or a woman that got women, you, woo, y'all got, some women got tongues that cut real bad. And so you teaching your daughters to sit up here and use that same tongue and put the man down and stuff, and it can be hard, but we're teaching them this stuff by staying, and then we wonder where it comes from. We're wondering why our kids are the way that they are. We're wondering why our kids are broken. It's because you stayed. Now if your kid's like 17, 18, then that's something totally different. You're staying on your own accord basically, but uh you know and that you should be able to leave because they're old enough. But especially if they like up under 10, man, that's like a danger zone. It's like so toxic. It's extremely toxic, guys. And so that value comes back into play. Is Am I valued? Am I seriously valued? Do you really see me as being important? I know I'm important. I might not make more money than you, but I do this. I clean, I cook, take you to work. And this can be anybody. This can be the man, this can be the woman. Everybody has a part to play. See, that's the problem, though, Miss Taylor. Pretending can get someone hurt. Pretending can get someone hurt. Pretending to love someone. You know what you're teaching? You're teaching your child to stay in a bad situation. A bad situation. That's basically what you're doing. That's if anybody that's listening, pretending is even worse. So, because you can't say anything about your child, or you can't get mad at your child or the person that might be doing the same thing that your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend is doing to you, and your child is just staying there because that's all they know. That's all they know. So people, it took you 3 years to leave because he refused to give you permission to leave. You had to wait for permission to leave. See, that's where we're giving people too much control over our lives. We're getting, all right, even though your vows are saying a lot about togetherness, fighting together, sickness through health, and all this stuff, but you still should be two separate entities. There should always be a middle ground for both of you guys. There should always be a middle ground that you're on, but at the same token, you should be two different people as well still. You should be able to go out, and you should be able to go out and do things as well. That's something me and my the partner of the show talked heavily about, because if this person leaves, you're gonna be at home with thinking, what are they doing? I'm lonely. I'm calling, constantly bugging them. Oh my God, you need to come back home. Why? Because you can't do anything. You can't do anything without this person. There's nothing wrong with just wanting to do things with that person, but still, if that person has something going on, that person may be at work, you're lost at home because you don't have an identity for yourself. Find a craft to do. Heck, just if you have to, find a life with the kids. PTA, um, sports mom. It's a lot of things, you know. And but then also you might have the man. It's mostly with men. The man that says you can't go anywhere. If you're in a relationship where the man tells you can't go anywhere, you need permission to go somewhere, and the man goes wherever he wants to go and do whatever he does. He's all in the club and all this stuff. What the what? Oh heck no! Really? So I did have one person that wanted to come up and they couldn't come up. And I'm gonna see if they can. No, they still can't. So, before I blast off, I've hit my mark of where I did my little rant. Does anyone want to be a guest on the show and talk a little bit about their marriage, about the vows, or maybe they are in a relationship and they're wanting to get married and you would like to ask a few questions, or all right, Miss Susie Souza, Miss Souza Phillips. Facebook might not even let you come up neither. I don't. That's crazy. Really, Facebook. Y'all see the lights on my Eminem head. I'm guessing Facebook is just not going to let me have a guest on any one of my platforms anymore. That's what it seems like. It's really crazy. Huh. I'm going to try one more time. See what happens. But yeah, so today, well, all this month and maybe next month, I am going to be doing this on my page. I don't know. I mean, on my personal page, I don't know if I am going to do like I did I Can Be the Mess and make a personal page for it. Not quite sure yet, but I'm thinking about it. But yeah, Facebook is just not allowing me to bring anybody on it, and I really feel as though there you go. Look, I guess I talked well enough. Hello.
I think we're connected.
Hi.
Connected. You hear me? Can you hear me?
You kind of low,
Can
but
you
I
hear
can hear you a
me?
little bit. But go ahead.
Oh no. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay. How are you?
I'm fine.
Listen, you're talking about information didn't have permission to leave. You don't understand Canadian law. I'm American. I'm American. I can't, as an American, try to take three Canadian kids out the country. That's why it took me 3 years.
Ah, okay.
It took it. Yes. So
Wow.
I had to wait till because I knew something would happen, something bad enough would happen that I would somehow authorities and like to make a long story short, I think I told you this. Remember the mother choked me? Remember? I told you this a while ago. The mother choked me,
Uh-huh.
and then I was either she was going to go to jail or I said I need permission now to take my kids out the country, and that's how I got the permission.
Okay.
The threat
But you're in America
to
now?
put the mother in jail. Yeah,
Okay. Cool,
we're
cool.
still legally married, but that was 2012. I left.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. So
I
I
just
definitely
never
understand.
filed for divorce,
I
and he
understand
never
now.
filed.
So I'm
We
glad
just
that you came and corrected me on that.
yeah, he's in Canada,
Okay.
so it's you know
Yeah. So,
whatever.
okay. So that's cool. I get why you had to go through
I
that
just
now.
want to say that because it was like I know some women can't leave and it takes longer to leave, so I'm not saying anything about that. But I stayed longer without getting the police involved because just being scared, having children. So it did take me a minute. It took something bad to happen for me to go when I should have really done something before that.
Yeah.
So I understand when we talk about when it's hard for a woman to leave or even a man to leave because there's women out there that hurt men.
Yeah,
I
it is.
know.
And see, that's what I was explaining. And that's the thing. When it becomes toxic, staying is one of the worst things, especially if you have younger kids. That's one of the worst things to ever do,
Children,
staying in a toxic relationship, because
yes,
you can think
and
that
that's what
you're,
happened, Lamont.
yeah, you know, you can think
Mm-hmm.
that you're making a good choice because that might be the father or whatever and whatnot. I would, to be honest, I would rather tell someone to sleep in the car instead of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
staying.
But let me tell you, my daughter, she saw her grandmother choke me. She's the one that saw it all. She still remembers. She was 3. So you're talking about it's toxic to the children.
Yeah,
It it took it to be that bad for me to finally feel it to leave. So I know that the situation with domestic violence is hard. It's hard, you know.
yeah. So guys, you know, if you find yourself in a and again, my it's just my opinion. I'm not telling you guys to leave. I'm saying a toxic relationship is a bad situation, and staying is even worse
Especially
than leaving.
especially with children involved.
You
Because
have chances that you getting in a fight with your partner and your
hmm
kids coming out, and if your kids love you like you think they love you, they're going to try to protect you. um, the child might get hurt. I know you guys see on the news a lot where people are just going crazy and they're killing their whole families and then taking themselves
hmm
out. And
hmm
the only mindset that I can think of is that instead of just taking myself, I'm gonna take them too, because I want to take myself and know that they with somebody else. It's kind of like that selfish type situation. And there it goes. Facebook knocked the person off. I love you, Facebook. But so I've basically, and I guess it knew that I reaching my mark, Miss Phillips, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. But I totally appreciate it. Appreciate whoever is watching, whoever watched, and hopefully it helped someone. Like I stated, I'm starting this back up every Sunday at 9 o'clock. And if you really want to talk about relationships, or if you're watching this and there's something that, hey, you want to hit on, or you would like for someone to talk about when it comes to relationships, hey, comment this up under the video, and I will most definitely see about diving into it outside of what I already have planned to talk about as well. So, again, if you didn't do it, sit down and try and figure your partner out. Try and figure out who they are, really. You know, when the last time you asked them, what was your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Because it might have changed. So with that being said, guys, love you. Good night.